high yesterday. And the Confederate flag may soon join other ghosts of the Confederacy if many U.S. companies have their way. Today, Alibaba joining Amazon, eBay, Etsy, Walmart, and Sears, all ending sales of the stars and bars. And all of this comes after a racially motivated mass shooting last week at a historic black church in South Carolina. The alleged shooter was featured in several online photos with the Confederate flag. My next guest says despite the controversy and the flag's symbol of racism to millions, the Confederate flag is still a historic symbol for others, and he plans to keep the flags on his shelves. Joining me now is Gus Porter, CEO of WGN Flag and Decorating Company in Chicago. Gus, welcome to the program. And so, again, today, after everything that's happened, you will continue to sell the Confederate flag?
Yes, I will.
And why is that?
The flag, despite its meaning and despite what people have come to associate it as, it is still a part of our country's history. It is still a battle flag of our country. People, Americans, did fight and die for that symbol at one point in time. It doesn't have to be positive history for something to still be history.
So, Gus, in other words, to you, this isn't a business decision. This isn't simply, well, there's demand, so I'm going to sell it. You feel strongly that you should be selling it?
The Confederate flag for me is, if I sell maybe a half dozen a year, that's probably a pretty popular year for it. So it's not like it's a major moneymaker for me. To me, it is more about principle. I don't want to punish a symbol for the actions of people who are misinterpreting the symbol and using it for hate and using it for something that the flag was not designed for.
Bringing in Carol Roth. Carol?
Yeah, Gus, I appreciate your willingness to stand up and take that stand for the symbol based on that. I guess the question is, you said you may only sell a dozen or so a year. What has demand been like over the last few days? Because, the history in America is when you say something is going to be banned or you can't get it somewhere, all of a sudden everybody's rushing to buy it. So have you seen an increase in demand because of this?
I have seen a handful of people looking for the flag. I've also had a handful of customers looking for the Union flag as well and other flags from the Civil War era. Most of my manufacturers, in light of this situation, have discontinued all Confederate-related flags, Union and Confederacy. So I'm even having trouble filling orders for customers, whether they're using it for peaceful purposes, historical purposes, or something otherwise.
A contentious issue, Gus. We know where you stand on it. Thanks for joining us. Gus Porter, CEO of WGN Flag Company. It's the moment we've